Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much for joining me for a 75-minute yoga class that I'm calling Ghosh Flow Yoga. We will follow the sequence of 26 into yoga and add in optional sun salutes and yoga posture variations that are inspired by Bikram's teacher, a guy named Bishnu Ghosh. So the 26 and 2 style yoga, hot yoga, Bikram yoga, whatever you want to call that, comes out of Calcutta, India, and Bikram's teacher was a guy named Bishnu Ghosh. So this is kind of in honor of that lineage of yoga. Everything that we do is optional. If something doesn't feel right for your body, remember that you can modify a posture, you can do it something else, you can skip it entirely. Yoga can be challenging at times, and especially this class, you know, we're going to get our heart rate up a little bit, but we're still going to have fun. You're never going to a point of pain, point where you could cause harm to yourself or others. We're going to start with 2 rounds of pranayama, deep breathing. Come to the middle of your mat with your feet together, toes, heels touching nicely. Interlock your 10 fingers, cross your thumbs, and glue your knuckles underneath your chin. Rock your weight into your heels. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. You made it to class. Concentrate, meditate, and begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Down. Drop your head back. Reach your arms forward, elbows touch. Good. Inhale, elbows out and arms up. Slowly bring your chin down. Look straight ahead. Lift your elbows all the way up. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Slowly push your head back. Look way, way, way back for the wall behind you. Arms forward, elbows touch, pointing forward. Inhale, head down. Keep the weight in your heels. Contract your quadricep muscles. Squeeze your gluteal muscles. Lock your legs. Exhale, head up. Weight stays in the heels. Hips a little forward. Hip muscles contracting, thighs tight. Inhale, head down as you inhale. Suck your stomach in. Depression to abdominal wall, contraction to abdominal muscles. Exhale, head up even as you exhale. Stomach in, shoulders down, elbows up, triceps parallel to the floor. Inhale, head down. So the lower body stays still like a statue, just the neck and arms moving. Exhale, head up. So just your head drops back, no backward bending. Keep shoulders over hips, hips over heels, weight in the heels. Inhale, head down. Every inhale, you're trying to take in more air than the last breath to expand your lung capacity. Exhale, head up. The more you exhale here, the more fresh oxygen you can take in on your next breath. Push the air out. Inhale, head down. So make this the deepest breath so far. Breathing into the top of the lungs, middle of the lungs, bottom of the lungs, full lungs. Exhale, head up. In our day-to-day life, we don't really use the full lung capacity, but the lungs need to be worked out like any other part of the body. Inhale, head down. Let's make this the last breath in the first set. Spine a little longer, elbows a little higher, lungs a little fuller. Suck your stomach in. Breathe deep, full lungs. Exhale, head up. Take your time. Eyes open, hips forward, legs locked, stomach in. Keep exhaling. Push and squeeze. Elbows touch. Change. Arms down. Roll out your shoulders and head. Second set. Feet together, toes, heels touching. Interlock your 10 fingers. Switch the grip. Other thumb, pinky finger on top. Squeeze your thighs. Squeeze your butts. Pull your abdomen in. Grow taller out of the base of your spine. And begin. Inhale, chin down and arms up. Breathe in through your nose. Lift your elbows up. Suck your stomach in. Fill up your lungs. Exhale, head up. Exhale through your mouth. Slowly push your head back. Stretch your arms forward. Elbows touch. Inhale, head down for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Full lungs. Exhale, head up for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Elbows touch. 1. Inhale, head down. Use the full 6 seconds to inhale. Take in more and more and more air. Exhale, head up. Use the full 6 seconds to exhale. Synchronize your breath with your body movements. Elbows touch, lungs empty. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. 2 more. Exhale, head up. Inhale, head down. Last breath, second set, deepest breath of your life. When your lungs are totally full, surprise yourself. Take in one more sip of air. Exhale, head up. Take your time, let everything go through the exhale breath. Any worries, any cares, let them go. Be here now, elbows touch. Change, arms down, you can roll out your shoulders and head. Second set, pardon me, not second set. Ardha Chandrasana with Padastasana, half moving pins to feet toes, feet together. Inhale your arms over your head sideways, palms together. Interlock your fingers, release your index fingers, cross your thumbs, nice tight grip, stretch up out of your waist, and bend right and left. Every time you pass through the middle, reach up a little taller. I was saying before class, I did not drink enough water today on this hot day, so my words might come out a little bit drumbly. That's okay. If you, like me, are a little dehydrated or dealing with an illness or an injury, just make sure to take it easy throughout class. When you can't stretch anymore, come to stop in the middle. Bring the weight into your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, head and arms back, touch your biceps to your ears. Inhale, breathing, stretch up out of your waist, try to touch the ceiling. Exhale, breathing, absolutely straight line, slowly bend your body to the right. Without bending your elbows, without bending your knees, continuously push your hips to the left beyond your flexibility, creating a tremendous stretching feeling in the left side of your body, all over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes. Keep the weight in your heels, push your hips a little forward, squeeze your palms together, upper body back, touch your biceps to your ears, push your left hip a little forward, get your two hips in line. Now bring your right shoulder forward, open your chest, light up, flower petal moving, come down, push, push, push. Change, inhale to come up, stop in the middle. Big inhale, stretch up out of your waistband spine. Exhale, slowly bend to the left, push your hips to the right, coming down without collapsing. Keep the weight in your heels, quadricep muscles contracted, gluteal muscles contracted, hips a little forward, hips and pelvis opening to the front of your mat. Upper body back, keep your chin away from your chest. It's a very proud posture. You have a lot to be proud of for practicing yoga today. Push your right hip a little forward, get your two hips in line. Left shoulder a little forward, two shoulders in line. Come down, push, and push, and push. Change, inhale to come up, first back bend of the day. Take a deep breath, pull lungs, keep your eyes open. Relax your head back as far as it goes. You can give your head a gentle shake, look for the floor behind you. Squeeze your butt, lift your chest, and immediately bring your arms back with your ears. Try to touch the wall behind you. So full spine back bending from coccyx to the neck, lower back, middle back, upper back. Keep the weight in your heels. Lock your legs. Inhale, breathing, push stomach, thighs, hips, everything forward, and bring your arms back. Look back, fall back, way back, go back, more back. Change. Inhale to come up, big stretch up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, hands to floor, drop your head. Go for a walk, move your hips, shake your head. This is a U-turn from back bending to forward folding. At the beginning of class, your spine might not be quite warmed up yet. Move your hips to get your lower back nice, relaxed, comfortable, easy, flexible. Padastasana, hands to feet toes, bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your calves, your Achilles, or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, and lift your hips up. Stretch your upper body down from the lower spine to the floor, pulling is the object of stretching. You're trying to create a tremendous stretching feeling on the back of your body. All over, inside out, bones to skin, fingers to toes, so that smiling happy face, kind of poetic, stomach to thighs, chest to knees, face to the shins, below the knees, roll forward, lift your hips up, pull and stretch. We're gonna go into a little bit of a sun salute flow. On your next inhale, look forward, release the grip from the backs of your legs. You can have your hands on your thighs, your shins through the floor in front of you. This is called a halfway lift. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, shoulder width distance, and step back into a high plank or tabletop position. On your next exhale, hug your elbows all the way in and lower down halfway, like you're pulling yourself down to the floor. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You can do cobra with elbows bent and thighs on the floor, or up dog with arms straight and thighs off the floor. Exhale, tuck your toes under, lift your hips up for down dog. And bend one knee, straighten the other, pedal out your legs, and then press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling, drop your head, look for your thighs behind you. If down dog is not speaking to you, come down onto your knees, take a child's pose instead, sink your hips down as you reach your arms forward. On your next inhale, hands to the floor, look forward, step forward, lengthen back into your halfway lift. Slowly exhale through your nose, bend your knees and fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms with your ears, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, lift up, root your eyes. Exhale, arms down by your side. Let's try that sequence again. Feet together. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers, release index fingers, cross thumbs, hips forward, arms back. Inhale, stretch up. And exhale, slowly drop to the right as you press your hips to the left. So this is a half moon shape. We're making a crescent moon shape with the body. Push your hips to the left. Stretch your upper body to the right. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Hips forward, arms back, big stretch up, and slowly bend to the left. Look forward the whole time. Breathe in and out to your nose. We're going to breathe through the nose for the rest of class. Weight in the heels, right hip a little forward, left shoulder a little forward. Come down, push, push, push. Change. Inhale to come up. Second heart opener. Keep your eyes open. Wrap your head back as far as it goes. Squeeze your butt to lift your chest and bring your arms back with your ears. Notice if the elbows are bending or the hands are coming apart. Squeeze your palms together. Actively push your hands back. Arms back, look back, fall back, way back, go back. More back. Change. Inhale to come up. Stretch. Exhale, fold. Squeeze hands together as you go down. And then hands to floor. Drop your head. Go for another rock. Move your hips. Shake your head. Notice what's a little bit more loose in the second set. It's still a little tight and tender. There's no right or wrong. A lot of yoga is just a nice opportunity to check in with yourself in body, mind, and spirit. Padastasana, hands to feet pose. Bend your knees halfway. You can grab the backs of your legs or your heels from underneath. Step on all 10 fingers. Pull in your heels and roll forward. Throughout the posture, stomach to thighs, chest to knees, face to the shins, below the knees. No room for light and air between the upper and lower body. Hold on your heels. Stomach in, eyes open. Roll forward. Lift your hips up. Push your knees back. Pull and stretch. Change. On your next inhale, lengthen into a halfway lift, chest forward, shoulders back, hips over heels. Exhale, bend your knees, put your hands on the floor, shoulder width distance, and step back into a high plank or tabletop. Let's hold here for a moment. If that lowering down to back bend motion, that chaturanga, does not feel good for your body, skip it, go straight from your plank or tabletop directly into your down dog or child's pose. Otherwise, hug your elbows in and lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into a back bend. You're doing up dog, thighs off the floor, press your chest forward. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. Either way, spread your fingers wide, move down through all 28 knuckles, the space between your index finger and thumb. On your next inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, halfway lift. Slowly exhale, fold, relax your head. Inhale, hands together, arms and ears, lift up, look up. Exhale, hands down. We'll do that one more time, going a little bit faster. Feet together, arms overhead, palms together, this time just cross thumbs. Hips forward, arms back, inhale, stretch up. Exhale, drop to the right for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, come on up, stop in the middle. Hips forward, arms back, stretch up, and drop to the left. Hands together, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change, inhale to come up, back bend. Keep your eyes open, drop your head back, and go back for 5. Change, inhale to come up, stretch up. Exhale, fold, and right away, grab the backs of your legs or your heels from behind. Pull on your heels, roll your weight into your toes, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your knees, lock your knees, lock your knees. Change, inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor, step back into your high plank or tabletop. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog, or sink your hips down for child's pose. If you're doing down dog, try to press your heels to the floor. If your heels don't naturally touch the floor, you can take a wider stance. And if you have tight hamstrings or knees, you can micro bend your knees to take pressure off of the backs of the leg. Otherwise, press your knees back as you lift your hips up. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen, chest forward. Exhale, fold, relax your head. Inhale, hands together, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful. Awkward Utkatasana. Step your right foot to the right, about 6 inches, hip width distance, not too big of a step. Insides of your feet parallel like 11s, arms up, parallel to the floor. Triceps tight, all 5 fingers together, thumbs with your index fingers, nothing loose or hanging in your arms. Reach your arms forward, bend your knees, sit back and down into a chair, feet flat, spine straight, all of the weight in your heels. Sit down halfway only, hips into a chair, suck your stomach in and lean your upper body back, lift your chin up, chest up, lean back, fall back, lean back, change, inhale to come up, keep your arms there, push your hips forward, spread your toes wide, lift your heels, come up maximum on your tippy toes like a ballerina. Stretch up first, bend your knees and sit down. Notice if the knees come in or out, point your toes and knees forward, heels a little higher, lean back, sit down, change, inhale to come up. Last part, still breathing. Squeeze your knees, inner thighs together, really squeeze the thighs tight, let your heels come a little off the floor, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. I'm not going to sit all the way down today because of a toe injury. You can keep sitting down until eventually there's a 1/2 inch gap between your hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward, pull your abdomen in, stretch the crown of your head up to the ceiling. Change, slowly come up, squeeze your knees, thighs together as you lift. Good, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Second set, step your right foot to the right hip width distance. This time, if you'd like, bring your hands together at heart center, pull your abdomen in, bend your knees, sit back and down. Option to stay here or take left elbow to outer right knee and twist. Look up towards the ceiling. Option to stay here or reach your right arm up, left and down, left arm down, arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. Move your hips a little to the left, left shoulder forward, look up for your right thumb. Bring your hands back together, unwind, other side, taking right elbow to outer left knee and twist so that your thumbs come to the center line of your sternum. Look up towards the ceiling, option to stay here or reach your right arm up, left arm up, I should say, right arm down. Bring your hips a little to the right and then bring the right shoulder forward, left shoulder back, open your chest, like a flower petal blooming. Good, bring your hands back together, unwind and change. Inhale to come up, lift your heels, stretch up, bend your knees and sit down. Now, normally in the second part, we lean back. But this time, if you'd like, lean forward and bring your arms back behind you, palms facing in, thumbs towards the floor, heels a little higher, knees a little higher, sit down into a chair, but don't sit below a chair. Change, inhale to come up, balance challenge, keep your heels lifted, bring your arms up parallel to the floor, that's your counterbalance. Squeeze your knees, inner thighs together, and slowly sit down. Take your time, listen to your body. The slower you do, the more muscles you use. Stop when there's a 1/2 inch gap between your hips and heels. Squeeze your knees together and forward. If you have healthy knees and you want to work on balance and control, come up 1 inch and hold. Come up 1 inch and hold, and then change. Slowly press yourself up. Beautiful, heels down, right foot back, arms down. Optional sun salute. Inhale, reach your arms up, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, hands to floor, step back into your high plank. Keep exhaling, lower down halfway. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up. Down dog. Press your heels to the floor, hips to the ceiling. Take an inhale to your nose. Exhale to your nose. Inhale, look forward, step forward, lengthen halfway. Exhale, slowly fold. Inhale, arms with your ears lift up. Eagle pose. Exhale, swing right arm, under left arm, right under left, palms together, thumbs towards your nose. Pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, lean back, and bring your right leg over your left leg, right over left, cross twist. Eventually wrap your foot, breathe through your nose. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back, bring your knees to the right, upper body to the left, twist like ropes, sit down and lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Let's do the left side. Bring your left arm under your right arm, palms together, thumbs towards your nose, pull your elbows down, bend your knees, sit back and down, stay down there, lean back, and bring your left leg over your right leg, left over right, cross twist and breathe. Push your right hip a little forward, 2 hips in line, left shoulder a little forward, 2 shoulders in line. You want your wrists, elbows, knees, ankles, all in one line. Sit down more, elbows down more, lean your upper body back at the end. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head. Second set, we're gonna do arms and legs at once. Swing right arm, under left arm, right leg, over left leg, cross twist, breathe. Left hip a little forward, right shoulder a little forward. You want elbows over knees. Think about squeezing the inner thighs together. Push the top leg into the bottom leg. Bring the weight back into your heels. Sit down and lean back. Good. Change, feet together. Arms over your head. Last one. Left arm, under right arm. Pardon me, and left leg at the same time. Forgot to coordinate. Left arm under right arm. Left leg over right leg. Maybe at the same time. Knees a little to the left. Upper body to the right. If your foot is coming out, sit down more. If you're losing your balance, arch your upper body back. Sit down, elbows down, lean back. Good, change, feet together, arms over your head, optional sun salute, look up. Exhale, bend your knees, fold. Inhale, lengthen, halfway lift. Exhale, hands to the floor. You can step or float back. If you're floating back, land with elbows bent, already in your chaturanga. Good. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, come up into your back bend. Exhale, lift your hips up for down dog or sink your hips down for child's pose. And we'll do more sun salutes throughout this class. So keep in mind that maybe for one of the sun salutes, you're in plank and the other one you're in tabletop. One of them you do down dog, one of them you do child's pose, right? Feel free to switch up what you're doing. On your next inhale, look forward, you can step or float forward, lengthen halfway, chest forward. Exhale, bend your knees, fold, relax your head. Inhale, arms to your ears, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Wonderful, party time. You can grab a sip of water if you want. Cheers. Okay, something else to keep in mind, you know, sun salutes are like a really nice full body workout, but if you have a wrist or shoulder injury, sun salutes can be not so fun for those injuries. So there's something called a half sun salute that's really great if the full sun salute does not feel good, especially for your upper body. You're welcome to join me. We'll do 2 of them. And if the half sun salute really speaks to you, you can always do that instead of the full sun salute, maybe doing like 2 half salutes while other folks go through the whole vinyasa. So for the half sun salute, you're going to inhale your arms up, look up, slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, hands down. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Make your exhale a little longer than your inhale. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, arms down. So that's an option instead of the full sun salute. Next, we hop into the balancing series, starting with standing head to knee, Dandayamana Janusrasana, which we will flow directly into standing bow pulling pose. Fun. Shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, point your toes, flex your toes, keep your toes flexed back to your face. Option to stay here, or if you're ready, round down, pick up your right foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. Lock your left leg, flex your right toes back, pull your abdomen in, relax your face, and when you're ready, slowly, gently lift your right leg up. Press your heel forward, flex all 5 toes back towards your face from the ankle. You're training your Achilles to stretch. If both legs lock and the side legs make an L like Linda, then bend elbows down. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, arms straight, bend the right leg, keep the right foot lifted, come up to standing. Point your right toes, bring your knees together to start. Standing bow pulling pose. Bring your right hand up, out to the right. Reach back without turning or twisting your wrist. Pick up the inside of your right foot at the ankle bone. Left arm up and back, right hip forward and down, knees together. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, take a breath, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your right leg back and up. Oh man, I took a shower earlier today and I put lotion on my legs, and as I was doing it, I was like, this is gonna make class later really hard. And now it is. You know that this posture is hard if you put lotion on your feet or your ankle right before class. Slowly bring the body down, leg up. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly pick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Whoo, shift your weight to your right leg. Wipe your hands if you need to, lock your right leg, lift your left leg up, flex your toes back, pull your abdomen in. Option to stay here, or if you're ready, round down, and pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked, webbing to webbing grip. So contract inner thigh, outer thigh, lift your kneecap, squeeze your glute, and when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Head to knee pose is a compression posture for compressing our abdomen. Press your heel forward, flex your toes back, flex the kicking foot. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. So we're rounding the spine. Touch elbows to calf muscles. One day elbows go below the calf muscles. Try to keep the hips and shoulders in line. Lock your knee, lock your knee, lock your knee. Change, arms straight, bend the left leg, come up to tall, point your left toes, knees together. Left hand up, out to the left, reach back, pick up the inside of your left foot at the ankle, bring your right arm up and back, left hip forward and down, knees together. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly charge your body forward. Simultaneously kick your left leg back and up. So in standing head to knee pose, we rounded the spine, Compress to the abdomen and flex to the kicking foot. In standing bow pose, we're bending the spine, stretching the abdomen, and pointing the kicking foot. In both postures, you want to keep your two hips in line, but in standing bow, the shoulders stretch apart. So it's a really good shoulder chest opener. Body down more, leg up more, kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly kick yourself up, feet together, arms down. Take an inhale through your nose, and then exhale through your nose. Beautiful. Second set, shift your weight to your left leg, lock your left leg, lift your right leg up, flex your toes back, round down, and pick up your right foot. All 10 fingers interlocked. Concentrate, meditate. Don't forget to have fun. When you're ready, lift your right leg up. If both legs lock, bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And if you've got that, try to let go. One day the knee and head stay together. Good, change. Slowly come out. Keep your right leg lifted, point your right toes, knees together. Let's do arms and legs at once. Ready? Left arm up, right arm back. Lock your left leg, point your right toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Kick into your hand, stretch forward, stretch back. Let the right shoulder relax back. It's a really nice shoulder chest opener. Right hip down a little bit. That's what I'm working on. Left hip back, body down more, leg up more. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Kick yourself up. Okay, last one. Shift your weight to your right leg. Big toe points forward. Squeeze your right thigh tight. Lift your left leg up. Flex your toes back. Round down, pick up your left foot, all 10 fingers interlocked. Pull your abdomen in, relax your face, and when you're ready, lift your left leg up. Heel forward, toes back, stomach in. Both legs locked, pop up your chest, and bend elbows down. Elbows go below calf muscles, slowly tuck chin to chest. Put your forehead on your knee. And if that's easy, maybe start to release the hands. One day, leg stays lifted. Lock your knee, lock your knee. Lock your knee, change, slowly come up, take your time. Once you're at the top, point your left toes, bring your knees together. Let's do arms and legs at once. Right arm up, left arm back. Lock your right leg, point your left toes, lift your chin, stretch up, and slowly kick, stretch, breathe. Can you touch your shoulder to your chin? Slide the right shoulder forward, relax the left shoulder back. Keep your fingertips active, your right arm is your counterbalance. Slowly body down to parallel, big toe up to the ceiling. The harder you kick, you can balance forever. Kick, kick, kick. Good, change. Slowly kick yourself up. Very nice. Okay, come to the back of your mat. Tool Dandasana balancing stick. Last in the balancing series. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, interlock fingers. Release index fingers, cross thumbs, lean back. Step your right foot forward. Shift your weight to your right foot. Stretch up, point your left toes, option to stay here, or when you're ready, come down like a slow moving seesaw. At first, maybe 1 or 2 inches, eventually arms, body, head, legs, everything parallel to the floor. From the side, body makes a T like Tom, not a broken umbrella. Stretch, 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 change. Left foot down, right foot back, pull the abdomen in, stretch up. Step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, point your right toes, and when you're ready, come down. Even though it's a short posture, you want to go in and out with control. Abdomen in, biceps of yours, body down, leg up, point your right toes, stretch. Change, right foot down, left foot back, arms down. Second side, if you'd like, you can try a fun variation with me called split arm. Inhale, arms overhead, palms together, cross your thumbs. Step your right foot forward, shift your weight to your right foot, stretch, and when you're ready, come down. Once you're parallel to the floor, you're going to split your arms and legs apart. So bring your arms up and back. Left big toe to the ceiling. Keep coming down, stomach to thigh. Keep the back bend, lift your chin up. Look forward, chest up, heel up. Change. Whew, left foot down, right foot back, big stretch up, stomach in. Step your left foot forward, shift your weight to your left foot, stretch, and tilt. So you want to come down slow with control. Once you're parallel to the floor, keep coming down, stomach to thigh. Split your arms up and back. Right big toe up to the ceiling. Keep looking forward, chin away from your chest, body down, leg up, lock both legs, change. Right foot down, left foot back, optional sun salute here. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back, lower down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Maybe do the thing that you haven't done yet. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, hold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, step your right foot to the right, a big step. 4 feet minimum, arms down parallel to the floor. And if you'd like, you can pivot to face the long side of your mat. Stretching pose. Turn your toes in, heels out, lock your legs, lift your chest, and swan dive forward. Look forward all the way down. Drag your heels from behind, roll forward, lift your hips up, push your knees back, lock your legs, pull and stretch. First the leg stretching, then the hip stretching, lower spine, whole body stretching. 360-degree angle stretching, coccyx to toes, coccyx to forehead, touch your forehead to the floor, in between your feet. Good, change, slowly come up, stomach in as you lift. From here, we're gonna take a smaller step, turn your heels in, toes out and fold forward. This is our yoga squat, Malasana garland pose. So fold forward, hands to the floor, heels in, toes out, feet make a V. And as you're ready, you're gonna bend your knees and sit down. Now, depending on the proportion of like your hips and pelvis, your femur to your knees, a wider or smaller step might make more sense for you. So for me, a smaller step works, but for some folks, you want to have like 2 to 3 feet between your heels. So don't be afraid to take a bigger step. At first, we're leaning forward with our heels off the floor. Eventually, heels come down. And if you'd like, place your hands at heart center, press the elbows down, lift the chest up. So hips come down, spine stretches up. And if this is easy, the next step is to turn your toes forward so the insides of your feet are parallel. Okay, from here, put your hands on the floor, lift your hips up, turn your toes in, take a wider step, toes point forward, bring your arms out and change, slowly come up. We're gonna transition to triangle, trikonasana. Turn your right foot out, take a wider step, pull your abdomen in, bend your right knee and lunge. Sit down, lean back and move your arms at the same time. Elbow in front of the knee, hover your fingertips between your big and second toe. Look up to the ceiling, stretch your left arm up, reach your right arm down, sink your left hip down. Turn, twist upper body back, lock your left leg, keep your left foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your right leg, right toes in, left toes out, other side, 2 heels in line. Inhale, bend your left leg and lunge. Pull the abdomen in, sit down, lean back, and move your arms. Elbow in front of the knee, right arm up to the ceiling. So you want to imagine that as you look up towards the ceiling, you could press your arms, your chest, and your left ear against a wall in front of you. Sink your right hip down, push your left knee back, turn, twist, open your chest, lock your right leg, keep your right foot flat on the floor. Change. Rotate your arms, straighten your left leg, left toes in. Second set, we're gonna do a different version of triangle if you want. Turn your right foot out. This time, keep both legs locked. Tilt to the right and start to come down. Left arm up, right arm down. At first, you can have your right hand on your knee, your shin, your ankle, eventually right hand to the floor in front of your right foot. Notice though, if like the chest is collapsing down, come up a little bit, bring the right shoulder forward, look up and stretch up. Option to stay here or float a bird of paradise. Bend your right knee, lunge, take your right hand in between your legs like you're trying to pat your own butt. Take your left hand behind you, catch your hands together. Awkwardly walk your feet back together until one day heels touch. Shift your weight to your left foot, pull your abdomen in, and as you're ready, lift up. If you can lift up all the way, point your right toes and kick your right heel forward. So hips forward, shoulders back. So just like in our version of triangle, we're opening through the chest, opening through the hips. From here, bend the right leg, put your right foot back on the floor, take a wider step, undo the bind, arms at 6 and 12 o'clock, straighten your right leg, pull your abdomen in, change. Come on up, right toes in, left toes out, other side, pull abdomen in, start to come down, right arm up, left hand down, left shoulder forward. Again, you can have your left hand on your knee, shin, ankle, eventually fingers to the floor in front of your left foot. Look up and stretch the crown of your head to the left side of the room so you have a really nice stretch through your spine as you stretch your inner left thigh. Option to stay here, float a bird of paradise, bend your left knee, take your left hand in between your legs, reach your right hand behind you, see if you can catch your hands together. Walk your feet back together. Try to get your heels touching. Shift your weight to your right foot, pull your abdomen in, and lift up. If you can lift up, point your left toes and kick your left leg out. Hips forward, shoulders back, chest proud, eventually both legs locked. Doesn't have to be today or tomorrow. Good. From here, you're going to bend the left knee again, put the left foot on the floor, left toes pointing to the left. Take a wider step, undo the bind, arms at 6 and 12 o'clock. Straighten your left leg, pull your abdomen in, change, slowly come up. Turn your left toes in, bring your arms up, palms together, cross your thumbs, pivot on your heels to the back of your mat, standing, head to knee pose, Dandayamana, Vipatta, Janusharasana. Turn your back toes in, press your left hip forward, stretch up, chin to chest, and go down, slow with control. Chin to chest, abdomen in, bend your front leg, touch your knee and head together, front side compression, throat choke, eyes open, breathing normal. So this is a compression posture. We're rounding our spine, squeezing the front of the body, touch your knee and head together. If your hands separated, start to walk them back together, playing around with balance. Can help to keep all of the weight in your right foot for balance. Push forehead into knee, lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels to the other side of the room or the front of your mat. Uncross your feet, that'll also help with balance. Turn your back toes in, press your right hip forward, stretch up, chin to chest, go down. Chin to chest, stomach in, round your spine, compress your abdomen, touch your forehead and knee together. Stretch your fingers beyond your big and second toe, bring maximum weight to your front foot, left hip up, right hip forward, 2 hips in line, throat choked, jaw relaxed, eyes open, stomach in, breathing normal. Push your forehead into your knee a couple times real quick. Lock both legs, hands together. Change, slowly uncurl, chin to chest, head up last. Very nice. Pick up your heels, pivot on your, pick up your toes, pivot on your heels, and then pivot on your heels. Second set, you can keep your arms up, or if you'd like, bring your hands together behind you. I'll show you real quick. At first, you're just holding on to your hands, but eventually you're gonna bring your hands into prayer. If you can bring your hands into prayer, see how high you can slide them. Now, second set, if you'd like, you can try what's called pyramid pose. Rather than rounding your spine, you're gonna go down with a flat back. So turn your left toes in, push your left hip forward, stretch up, chin away from your chest, and fold. Keep the weight in your right foot, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin to shin. So it can help with balance to keep the weight in the front foot. Once you're all the way down, if you'd like, interlock fingers, release index fingers, pass thumbs, lift your arms up and forward for a nice shoulder rinse. Squeeze palms together. If you have your hands up and forward for a shoulder rinse, bring your hands back down to the lower back in prayer. Walk both legs, hands together, chin away from your chest, chains. Push your right foot into the floor, pull your abdomen in as you lift up with a flat back, straight spine. Pick up your toes, pivot on your heels, and face you this time. So make sure your heels are in line, but not crisscross, right? That'll make it hard to balance. Turn your back toes in, move your right hip forward, stretch up, chin away from your chest, go down, stick your butt out, stomach to thigh, chest to knee, chin to chin, pyramid pose. Option to stay here or interlock fingers, release index fingers, pass thumbs, lift your hands up and forward, take a breath. Your hands are up and forward, bring your hands back down to your lower back, chin away from your chest, chains. Push your left foot into the floor as you lift up. Beautiful, pivot on your heels, right foot back, arms down, optional sun salute. Inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, your down dog or child's pose. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen halfway. Slowly exhale, fold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift up. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Tree pose, Tadasana. Come to the middle of your mat and towel facing forward. Shift your weight to your left leg. Lock your left leg and lift your right leg up. Touch your heel to your costume. Slowly, gently, let your right knee drop down and back into a half lotus shape. Never force your body. Right hand up to the center of your chest. And if you can balance, left hand. Option to stay here or try for a bind. Take your right arm out to the right, palm faces the wall behind you, reach behind you and see if you can catch your right big toe with your right hand. Move your right hip forward. Option to stay here or bring your hands back into prayer and start to fold forward, toe stand. Hands to floor, lean forward, lift your left heel, bend your left knee, sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips, stretch your spine up. Left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand up. That's gravy. Start to slide your right foot forward, kick the right foot forward, and then see if you can pull it back in. All right, when you're ready, hands to floor, lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then press your hips forward to reverse out, and also come up on 2 feet. Nice change, right leg down, shift your weight to your right leg, squeeze your right thigh tight, and lift your left leg up, feel the costume, let your left knee drop. You can bring one or both hands together. If your foot has a tendency to fall like mine does, you can hold on to your foot with your hand. Option to stay here or try reaching your left arm behind you, eventually touching your left foot with your left hand for a bound half lotus. Option to stay here or bring your hands back together, pull your abdomen in and fold forward for toe stand. I'm not going to do this side of toe stand, but I will walk you through it. Hands to the floor, lean forward, lift your heel, bend your knee and sit down on your heel. Walk your hands back to either sides of your hips. Left hand up to the center of your chest, right hand. If that's easy, start to slide your left foot forward, eventually kick the left foot out, and then with control, pull it back in. When you're ready, hands to floor. You can come up on 2 feet, or you can lift your hips up to straighten your standing leg, and then push your hips forward, lift your chest to reverse out. Beautiful, change, left leg down, last sun salute, inhale, lift your arms, look up. Exhale, bend your knees full. This is the last one. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, you can step or float back. Keep exhaling, lower down. Inhale, your back bend. Exhale, down dog or child's pose. Take a slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. Breathe in. And breathe out. Last one, slow inhale. Even slower exhale. Inhale, look forward. You can step or float forward, lengthen. Exhale, hold. Inhale, reach your eyes, lift. Exhale, arms down. Beautiful. Honor yourself and give yourself a hug, a high five, pat on the back, turn around, Savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. I'm gonna adjust our camera angle a little bit here. Whee, okay. Bring your heels together, let your toes fall open, arms down by your sides, palms face the ceiling, eyes open, mouth closed, breathing normal. Savasana is a gas station. Let it fill you up. When your limbs are close together like this, your heart and lungs don't have to work very hard to pump fresh blood and oxygen through the body. This is a truly restorative posture. Uttanasana when removing pose. Bend your right leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, grab your right shin, just below the knee, nice tight right knuckle grip. Pull your knee out to the right, down towards your shoulder, completely avoid your rib cage. Keep your head on the floor without lifting your head. Tuck your chin in, look down the center line of your body and pull. Change, right leg down, bend your left leg up, interlock your 10 fingers, pull your knee out and down. So this is part of the hip opening series, just like tree pose and toe stand. Try to keep your 2 hips, 2 shoulders in line. Change, left leg down, both legs, lift up, grab your elbows each other, give yourself a big hug for coming to class. Squeeze your knees together and down, keep your head on the floor without lifting your head, look down the center line of your body. Eventually, or in the future, when the bone joint skeletal system has improved, the whole spine from coccyx to the neck will be flat on the floor. Change, arms down and eyes open. So 26 and 2 yoga comes out of a sequence of 84 asanas by Bishnu Ghosh. And so all of the postures in 26 and 2 Bikram yoga are in the 84, but there's some other postures too, right? And also the 26 and 2 are in a little bit of a different order, which is kind of fun, something to consider. But you know, our hip opening postures, like the emphasis on the hip opening, in 26 and 2 are the tree pose, the toe stand, and the wind removing pose. But there's other hip opening postures in the 84. So we'll play around with that in the second set. If you'd like, we can do a supine figure 4, which is a really great way to eventually get into pigeon pose. Bend your legs so that your feet are on the floor. Knees rest together. Keep your left foot on the floor. Lift your right foot off the floor. Place your right ankle on top of your left thigh. So if you look down the center line of your body, your legs make a 4 shape. That's why it's called figure 4. You can keep your left foot on the floor, or as you're ready, lift your left foot off the floor. Hug your thighs in towards your abdomen, and if you'd like, you can interlace your fingers behind your left thigh. This is a great hip opener, side seat stretch, and you're stretching the nerve, the sciatic nerve that runs from the lower back down the leg. And again, this opens up another posture called pigeon pose. And in the 84 asanas, there's a lot of different pigeon pose variations that are fun to play around with. This is a great foundation to start that with. Change, left foot down, right foot down. Other side, right foot on the floor. Lift your left foot off the floor, across your left ankle shin on top of your right thigh. Option to keep your right foot on the floor or lift your right foot off the floor. Interlace your 10 fingers behind your right thigh and pull down. You might notice that this side feels different from the other side, and that is quite normal. As a reminder, we are not symmetrical, and yoga is not really about symmetry. Yoga is about self-realization. And maybe in this class, we're just learning some new things, not just about yoga, but about ourselves. Change, right foot down, left foot down, both legs up, happy baby. So open your knees, your feet apart, flex your toes back, and if you can, touch the outsides of your feet with your hands. If you can't grab your feet yet, grab the backs of your hamstrings, the backs of your legs. And from here, you can rock back and forth, right and left. Maybe as you roll to the right, you straighten the right leg and then come back to center. And as you roll to the left, you straighten the left leg. This is a great way to roll out the back muscles. Then come back to center and pull down. And this is also a nice precursor for that yoga squat that we did earlier, the Garland Malasana pose. If that feels inaccessible to you, take a happy baby every day. If you think about it, it's the same shape. You're just on your back rather than your feet, which is a nice way to open through the hips. Change, arms down and eyes open. Next, we do a straight leg sit up. If you have any concerns about your back, skip the sit up, roll off to the side, meet us on your abdomen. Otherwise, legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, wonderful. Try and lie on your stomach for the spine strengthening series, starting with Cobra Bhujangasana. I'm going to do a quick step change here and flip my mat the other way around. And while I'm doing that, another interesting thing about like the 84 asanas versus the 26 and 2. In 26 and 2 yoga, we like do a posture and then we take a break and then we do it again and then we take a break. In Ghosh yoga, there's only one set of postures and you flow the postures back to back to back. So we're going to try that here with the spine strengthening series, flowing the postures, and then we'll take a break. Cobra Bhujangasana. Place your hands flat on the floor, just below your shoulders so your elbows point up to the ceiling. Flip up your legs like a cobra's tail, toes and heels touch. Lock your legs, look out, and lift. Stretch your upper body off the floor. Use 100% back strength. Come up halfway only. Just your belly button on the floor, elbows stay bent. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lock your legs, push your feet, hips, and hands down. Lift your chest up. Change slowly with control, lower down. Keep your chin forward, arms straight position, arms down by your side, palms face the floor. Bring your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch. Locust, Shalabhasana. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up to a 45-degree angle, half of 90. See the foot come directly over the top of your head. Lengthen and lift. Change, right leg down, relax your right leg. Lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Press your shoulders down. Triceps tight, stretch your big toe to the back wall. Lock your left leg, lift your heel up. Change, left leg down. Third part, chin in a little bit, mouth on your mat so there's no wrinkles on the back of your neck. Bring your arms a little closer. Spread your fingers wide. Zip up your legs, lock your legs, point your toes, roll forward, and lift both legs up. Come up, everybody, come up, struggle a little harder. Don't give up, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, lift your thighs up. Change, slowly lower down. Bring your arms out to the side like airplane wings for full locust, Purna Shalabhasana. Chin forward, arms out to the side, breathe. Lock your legs, point your toes, look up, and lift. Arms, body, head, legs, everything lifts off the floor like a 747 taking off. Just your hip bones on the floor, the rest of your body's in the air. Where look up towards the ceiling where eyes go, body nose to follow, lift your thighs up, chin up, chest up, look up, come up a little higher at the end. Good, change, slowly lower down. Dhanurasana floor bow, chin forward, bend your legs, grab your feet from the outside, 2 inches below the toes, thumbs with the index finger. You can also alternate hands and feet per set. Point your toes, squeeze your butt. Always have to adjust my stomach here a little bit, look up towards the ceiling, and start to kick into your hands. So this posture is good for digestion. It's also a really nice back bend. Keep your neck long, so you're not dropping your head down. You're also not jamming it all the way back. Knees in, feet out, wrist straight, point your toes, look up, kick, kick, kick. Good, change, slowly lower down. Look to your right, look, you're on your mat. Arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together, heels fall open, slow inhale through your nose. Slow exhale through your nose. If you're looking to the right, gently lift your head, look to the left, right here on your mat. So the spine strengthening series, they're all, back strengtheners. That's why it's called the spine strengthening series. And they're also back bends. And a lot of them have another version of them. In Bishnu Ghosh's yoga, it's called the full series. And they're just fuller versions of the back bends. And I really like the term full series as opposed to like intermediate or advanced, because frankly, to me, like the most advanced posture you could do is Savasana, right? Like what's harder than sitting still? But some of these postures, we will get into like a little bit deeper back bend shoulder opener. You're welcome to do the second set of the spine strengthening series, or you can join me for some of the full series postures, starting with full cobra. Bring your chin forward, place your hands on the floor below your shoulders, and walk your hands back a few more inches, so now your thumbs are in line with your lower ribs. Bring your feet about mat width distance, lock your legs, squeeze your butt, keep your feet down, push your hands down, and look up, lift up. This is option 1, keeping the elbows bent, feel the triceps work. Option 2, push your hands into the floor, straighten your arms. At first, the hips lift off the floor and the shoulders tense up for the ears. Keep the shoulders out of the ears and drop your hips down so it's really the back working. So shoulders back and down. This is option 2. Option 3, drop your head back. Option 4, squeeze your butt. Point your toes, bend your legs, try to touch your feet and head together. Ooh, my hamstring is cramping. And change, feet down, slowly lower down. If in a back bend you ever get a cramp to your hamstring, it's not a bad thing, it's a good sign. It's like the nerves in your back are waking up and they get a little confused and they send a weird signal, usually to the hamstring that's like, we don't know what's happening. As an aside, if you ever get a cramp in your hamstring in a deep back bend, not a bad thing. Locust Shalabhasana, bring your chin forward. One of my favorite things actually, arms straight position, rotate your arms underneath you as best you can. One day, pinky fingers touch. Take a moment here, tuck your toes under so your heels point up. Push your feet back and feel what it feels like to slide forward, almost like you're sliding down a luge. Eventually, that's what this posture is going to feel like you're really sliding forward to lift up. Okay, if you'd like, keep your chin forward, bend your legs, tuck your toes under, and army crawl your knees to your fingertips. So now your butt is really high in the air. You'll notice that I'm talking normally. There is no weight in my neck. The weight is in my shoulders. Lock your right leg, point your right toes, and lift your right leg up. And as you lift the right leg up, you might feel more weight in the shoulders. Option to stay here or try straightening your left leg, really feeling the back bend now. Change left knee down, right knee down. Other side, lock your left leg, point your left toes, lift your left leg up. Option to stay here or straighten your right leg, really feeling the back bend, weight in the shoulders. Change right knee down, left knee down. Couple options here. You can tuck your chin and mouth down, straighten your legs again, keep your feet separated, roll forward and lift both legs up. See if having the feet apart helps you lift up more. The other option is to really try to kick up. So one day your feet come over the top of your head, chin forward. If you'd like, you can try it together. And change, slowly lower down. Sometimes it works for me, sometimes it doesn't. Okay, Purna Shalabhasana for locust. Arms out to the side like airplane wings. Couple options here. You can keep your feet mat width distance, lock your legs and lift arms and legs off the floor. Or you can try keeping your feet down. And this is another version of full cobra, but this time rather than coming up with the support of the hands, we're gonna lift up using our back strength. So feet mat width distance, arms out to the side, squeeze your butt, lock your legs, point your toes, lift up, look up as high as you can. And if that's easy, you're going to come down again, and eventually you're going to circle back and grab your knees. Let's try it. And if you can grab your knees, bend your knees, feet, head. When you're ready, feet down, hands together, change, slowly come on down. Beautiful. Last one, Dhanurasana, floor bow. Couple options here. You can bend opposite foot, opposite hand. You can grab both feet from the outside like in second set, or you can walk your hands in, place your thumb between your big and second toe. So now the grip on your feet is a little bit more like standing bow pulling pose. You're grabbing from the inside rather than the outside, a little bit of a different shoulder rotation. Point your toes, squeeze your butt, look up and kick. Option to stay here or try a fun shoulder rotation that takes us to full floor bow. Bend your left elbow out to the side and forward. Right elbow out to the side and forward. And drop your head back, eventually head and toes touch. Change, left hand down, right foot down. My hands were sliding from the grip or from the lotion on my feet. Look to the right, left ear on your mat, arms down, palms face the ceiling, toes together. Heels fall open, slow inhale, even slower exhale. Gently lift your head and look to the left, right ear on your mat. Some deep belly breaths in and out to your nose to massage the front of your body. Breathe deep into any point of tension. Let the floor hold you up. Okay, bring your chin forward, put your hands on the floor, push up the same way that we flowed the spine strengthening and full series together. We're also going to flow the fixed firm series together. Start in tabletop, open your knees, open your feet for fixed firm Supta Vajrasana. As you're ready, start to walk your hands back. You can keep your hands in front of you, beside you, or behind you the whole time until one day you can sit between your heels. Option to stay here or put your hands on your feet and your right elbow down, stopping anywhere you feel a point of pain. Left elbow down, knees never come off the floor. Drop your head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin, neck, shoulders on the floor. Arms over your head. Grab your elbows each other and hold. Wherever you are is perfect. You want a gentle stretch, never a point of pain. So if you think about it, this posture is a back bend. If you go back all the way, all of the postures on our abdomens were back bends, right? It's a lot of back bends in a row. Change, put your hands on your feet, press yourself up, head up last, bring your knees, feet together, hips on your heels for half tortoise. So this should feel really good. Rather than doing a back bend, we're gonna stretch out the spine. Arms overhead, sideways, palms together, cross your thumbs, stretch up and go down, chin away from your chest, forehead to floor, little fingers to floor. Reach your arms forward as you sink your hips down. So really stretching out your back here. The other cool thing about flowing these postures is this is called the fixed firm series, where the tops of the feet, ankles, shins, and knees are firmly fixed on the floor for this posture, the one before it, and the next two. And you'll notice, right, in the posture before this, we had knees and feet apart. We were doing a back bend. And this one, we have knees and feet together. We're stretching. And the next posture, knees and feet apart, back bend. And then the next one, knees and feet together around the spine. So you can kind of see how they're complementary postures. Change, come on up, arms to your ears. Stand on your knees, open your knees, 6 inches between knees and feet. Camel Ustrasana. Put your hands on your lower back, thumbs outside, fingers down to the floor. Press your hips forward, keep your eyes open, start to look up. One day head drops back. Option to stay here or go back halfway, freeze in the middle. Option to stay here, or when you're ready, right hand down, grab your right heel. Left hand down, grab your left heel. Thumbs outside, fingers inside, full palm grip on your heels. Push stomach, thighs, hips forward, lift your chest up. Drop your head back, change, put your hands on your back, press yourself up carefully, head up last, rabbit, Sasangasana, knees, feet together, hips on your heels, grab your heels from the outside, stretch up, chin to chest, go down. So rounding the spine should feel so good right now, forehead to knees, top of head to floor, reach back, pull on your heels, don't lose the grip, option to stay here, or when you're ready, lift your hips up. If there's a gap between your knees and head, you can walk your knees up one by one. Squeeze your heels together, press your hips forward, try to lock your arms, lift your shoulders up, pull your abdomen in, round your back. Good, change, hips down first, slow young curl, vertebra by vertebra, disc by disc, head up last. Very nice, turn around, Savasana. So sometimes we do like a core strengthening drill here, but I've been going overtime in this class every time, and I'm trying not to do that, so we're gonna skip the core strengthening drill today. Just let your head, feet, and hands be heavy. Take an inhale through your nose, feel your chest rise. Exhale through nose, shoulders fall. Second set, legs together, arms over your head. Tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Okay, turn, come to the back of your, pardon me, top or middle of your mat. Second set, fixed firm. If first set was easy, bring your knees together, but keep your feet apart. Slowly walk your hands back. Sink your hips down. Put your palms on your soles. Right elbow, left elbow. Head back, head to floor. Tuck your chin in. Neck, shoulders on the floor. Arms over your head. Grab your elbows each other. For those of you that get into this posture every time, you have like healthy knees, healthy quadriceps, and you want to get a deeper stretch to the knees and quads, you're going to squeeze your butt, keep your knees on the floor, and lift your hips up. Good. Lower down. Let's do that 2 more times. Squeeze your tush, lift your hips off the floor, keep your knees down. Last one, hips down, and then squeeze your butt, lift your hips. Good. Hips down. Change. Put your hands on your feet, press yourself up. Head up last, very nice. If you'd like, rather than half tortoise, second set, you can try wide-legged child's pose. Knees about mat width distance, feet together, hands on the floor, walk your hands forward, reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, forehead to floor. So in half tortoise, the palms are together, the arms are super active. In child's pose, the palms face the floor, the arms can soften a little bit more, but we're still really actively stretching through the spine and hips. Reach your arms forward, sink your hips down, re-energize, reorganize, revitalize, stretch. Change, put your hands on the floor, press yourself up, camel, ustrasana. Stand on your knees, keep your knees about mat width distance, feet together. You can do a second set of camel with your hands on your back, or you can try full camel with me. We'll do some like warm-up drills where we're trying to high five the ceiling, high five the wall behind us, and then eventually, if you want, you can go into full camel. The way that there's like full cobra, right? Full bow, there's also full camel. Okay, so hands at heart center, you're gonna drop your head back, look up towards the ceiling, and see if you can high five the ceiling with your right hand. Pull the right hand back in, lift your left hand up, high five the ceiling, left hand back in, and then both hands up like you're trying to raise the roof. Okay, from here, bring your hands back, drop your head back more, and now see if you can play patty cakes with the wall behind you. Like reach your right arm back, pull it back in, left arm back, pull it back in, both arms back. So it's like patty cake, baker's man, and when you're ready, you're gonna go all the way back. And then touch hands to floor, like now you're playing patty cakes with the floor. From here, you can keep your hands on the floor or arms locked, or you can bend your elbows and eventually touch your head to the soles of your feet, grab your heels, take a breath. Okay, when you're ready, hands to the floor, lock your arms. If you're in regular camel, put your hands on your back, change. If you're in full camel, bring your hands together, change. Beautiful, stretch up. Knees, feet together, hips down. You can do a second set of rabbit, or you can join me on your back for some plow pose, shoulder stand action. If you want to try this fun shoulder stand with me, make sure there's some room behind your mat because your feet are going to flip over. Okay, lie on your back with your hands on the floor underneath you. Bend your legs, feet on the floor, and then lift your feet so your legs are straight. And from here, you're just going to play around with pushing your hands into the floor and lifting your hips off the floor. So you're using your arms and your core to lift the hips. And this might be enough for today. You can keep playing around with rocking back and forth. Or when you think you've got a new one, keep going, rock your feet back into plow pose. So in plow pose, eventually feet touch the floor on the other side of your head. If you're in plow pose and your feet are on the floor, then we can transition to ear pressure pose. Bend your knees, eventually like putting pressure on your ears with your knees. And from here, if your feet are still on the floor, grab your heels with your hands. Now it's an awful lot like rabbit pose, just on your neck and shoulders rather than on your chest. If you're in ear pressure pose, bring your hands back to the floor, straighten your legs. From here, if you'd like to try shoulder stand, bend your arms, bend your elbows so that your hands are on your lower back. Squeeze your butt and start to lift your feet up to the ceiling. Keep your chin tucked to your chest. Move your hips forward. Point your toes. Lock your legs. If you're in shoulder stand, you're going to lower your feet back overhead into plow. Bring your hands back to the floor and change. Slowly roll out. Press the shoulders down, keep your head on the floor as you roll out. Good, feet down last. If you'd like a counter stretch to that fish pose, bring your hands underneath your body, bend your elbows and drop your head back. I recommend doing a counter stretch after the plow shoulder stand stuff. Because you're like really trapping prana, life force energy in the throat chakra, and you want to release that by doing a back bend. Okay, you're in your fish pose, tuck your chin in again, head on the floor, arms out, turn around, savasana. And it's all just for fun. One of the things that I really love about 26 and 2 yoga is I think between like 26 and 2 yoga and maybe some like push-ups or some sun salutes, you have like everything you need for like a healthy life, like being able to like walk upstairs and carry your groceries and hug your friends and pick up your kids, right? Stuff like that. Versus the 84 asanas, do I think you need to be able to do fish pose to have like a healthy back? No, but it's fun, right? So it's just for fun. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful. Come to the middle of your mat, Janushirasana, head to knee pose. Right leg out, left leg in, 2 legs make an L as in legs. Inhale your arms over your head, big stretch up. Exhale, turn to your right, tuck your chin to your chest. Put your forehead on your knee, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in. Left elbow down, left shoulder down, roll into the left. Change, arms up, left leg out, right leg all the way in, big stretch up. Turn to your left, tuck your chin to your chest, put your forehead on your knee. You can bend your left leg as much as you want to touch knee and head together. Slowly press your heel forward, flex your toes back, bend your elbows down, suck your stomach in, right elbow down, right shoulder down, 2 shoulders in line. Change, arms up, both legs out in front of you. If you're skipping, sit up, stay here. Otherwise, lay down and sit up. Paschimottanasana stretching. We show you from the side, bend your knees, hook onto your big toes with peace sign fingers, middle and index fingers, thumbs on top. Scoot your butt back, right, left, 10 to 15 times. Knees can stay bent if it helps you keep a flat back. Otherwise, keep walking your hips back. Your legs are straight, lock your legs, puff up your chest and fold. Rather than rounding your spine, arch your spine. Stomach to thighs, chest to knees, one day toes and head touch. Change, come on up, stay seated, spine twist. Cross your right leg over your left knee. Option to stay here or bend your left knee. Eventually, right heel touches left knee. Right arm close behind you like a second spine. Left arm up and over, draw a circle. Grab your left knee with your left hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up, abdomen in. Exhale, look over right, shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance or reach behind you, catch your left thigh with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, change, unwind, swap out your legs. Bend your right leg on the floor, touch your left heel to your right knee, and also keep your right leg long in front of you. Left arm behind you, right arm up and over, draw a circle. Grab your right knee with your right hand, heel and knee touch. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look over, left shoulder twist. You can keep your left hand behind you or reach behind you, catch your right thigh with your left hand for a half bind. Evenly distribute your body weight on both sit bones. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale to your nose, full abdomen in, look over, left shoulder twist. Good, change, unwind, turn around, savasana. Letting everything reset. So this is what I would describe as like the warm down series in 26 and 2 yoga. We're doing motions in the body that are familiar, right? Like rounding the spine, compressing the abdomen, stretching the spine, stretching the abdomen, and then twisting the spine, twisting the abdomen. And second set, I'll give us some fun optional variations to those motions. Legs together, arms over your head, chin to chest, sit up. Good, come to the middle of your mat and towel. Second set, Janushirasana, if you'd like. Rather than making a compression posture, you're gonna make it a side stretch. So bring your right leg out a little bit more, left leg in, so now you're stretching the inner thigh. You can place your right hand on the floor outside or inside of your right leg and reach your left arm long overhead. Drop the left shoulder down, lengthen the arms. Now you're stretching the left side body. Option to stay here or keep coming down, flex your toes back, eventually catch your foot with one or both hands, open your chest like a flower petal blooming. Good, and release, come on up, left leg out, right leg in, and the leg can be wider than 90 degrees. Take your left hand to the floor, reach your right arm long, sink your right shoulder down, stretching the right side body. Option to stay here or keep coming down, catch your left foot with one or both hands, left rib cage forward, look up. Good, come on up, keep your left leg long, right leg out. Second set, stretching rather than feet together, stretching the hamstrings. We have legs apart, stretching the inner thighs. Stick your butt out, flex your toes back, put your hands on the floor, and start to walk your hands forward. Eventually, forearms to floor, eventually even chest to floor, but it's the same idea. Rather than rounding the spine, right? Press the chest forward, roll the shoulders back and down, breathe. Good, walk your hands in, come on up, spine twist. 3 options. Option 1, sit crisscross applesauce. Option 2, left leg long, right foot on top of left thigh. This is the half lotus shape. Option 3, lotus pose. Put your left foot on top of your right foot. Right arm close behind you like a second spine, reach your left arm up, and then place left hand on right knee. Inhale, stretch out. Exhale, look over right shoulder twist. You can keep your right hand behind you for balance or reach behind you. And if you're in half lotus or lotus, see if you can touch your right big toe with your right hand for a half bind. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, look back, twist and twist and twist. Good, slowly unwind. If you're in full lotus, or if you're in lotus pose, I should say, stay here with your left foot on top. Pretty much every lineage of yoga has the left foot on top. If you're in half lotus, work on the knees, straighten your right leg, take your left foot to right thigh. And if you're sitting crisscross applesauce, sit the opposite crisscross applesauce, which is one of the weirdest feelings in the world. Okay, let's do the other side. Left hand close behind you, reach your right arm up, and then place right hand on left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, look over left shoulder. Notice if you're leaning to one side, evenly distribute your body weight on both hips. If you can balance here, reach your left hand behind you, catch your left big toe with your left hand for the bind. Look back as you twist. Good, slowly unwind. And if you're in lotus pose, try bound lotus. Take your right hand behind you, catch right big toe with right hand, left hand behind you, catch left big toe with left hand. Now we're in bound lotus. What I love about this shape is that all of the components for this are in 26 and 2 yoga. Between our version of tree pose, which is a standing half lotus, and our version of spine twist at the end, where you grab for the thigh, you do the half bind. All of the components are here to do this one day. Change, turn around, savasana, head to the front of your mat, feet to the back of your mat. Again, that's what I think is so nifty about 26 and 2. It's like a beautiful sequence that helps you like do the things that you love longer, whether you're like a cyclist or a runner or a knitter or whatever it is. It helps us do those things longer. And also it kind of gives you the keys to like the kingdom of yoga, right? All of the more like advanced or full versions of postures, we see little glimpses of them in 26 and 2, just more in like digestible components. Legs together, arms over your head, tuck your chin to your chest, sit up. Wonderful, come to the middle of your mat, Kapalabhati breathing, sit knees, feet together, hips on your heels, hands on your thighs, lift your lips, swallow a couple times. Concentrate, meditate, don't forget to have fun. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So in Bikram's version of Kapalabhati, you exhale through the mouth. In other versions of Kapalabhati, though, it's through the nose. 26 and 2 is kind of unique. So if you would like second set, you can try Kapalabhati breathing the way that other lineages of yoga do it. You're going to inhale through your nose and then just rapidly exhale through your nose. And you'll really start to feel your lungs contract as you pull your abdomen in. Lick your lips, swallow a couple times, lubricate your throat. Sit up tall and begin. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good for you. Honor yourself. Give yourself a hug. High five. Pat on the back. Turn around. Savasana. Head to the front of your mat. Feet to the back of your mat. And close your eyes. Open your arms and legs. And take a nice slow breath into your nose and out through your nose. So that final breathing, when you do it through the nose, is meant to be a little bit more calming. When we exhale through the mouth rapidly, right, it can be quite stimulating. I was in a class recently with like a new teacher, and I'm sure that they learned at their teacher training, like to breathe through the nose. And they were like, well, even though Bikram does it this way, you know, it's evening time. So I encourage you to breathe through your nose because it's more chill. And call me a purist, okay? But in my mind, like part of the beauty of 26th century yoga is that it's the same. And yes, there's like a million other versions of triangle pose, but we do this one. And yes, there's other versions of Kapalbhati, but we do the one through the mouth, right? There's real, to me, work in having it be the same every time, even when there's other options. What I love about Ghosh Flow Yoga is it's an opportunity to practice and play around with those other fun elements. But I encourage you to also stay true to like the 26 and 2 sequence. In my life, at least, it's been like such a beautiful thing to come back to, especially as the world is ever evolving. Like, what a gift to give yourself of just this assurance of like, you know what's coming next. And over time, even as the yoga stays the same, you get to change. So I hope that you're having fun in Ghosh Flow Yoga, and also that when you take a 26 and 2 yoga class, you're not necessarily doing like full camel every single time, right? There's merit in grabbing your heels, for example. So just keep that in mind. Take an inhale through your nose, feel your chest rise. Exhale through your nose, let your shoulders fall. Breathe in, empty out, and all is coming.